Hello guys, back again on the Alrasta channel. We will again witness a donghua with a post-apocalypse theme about MCs who can copy other people's skills, and of course it is the First Order. For those of you who haven't seen the previous part, please look at the playlist on my YouTube channel, or click the link in the description. Okay, without lingering, we will go straight to the storyline. The scene begins with Liu Yuan holding a bone knife in a state of alertness. When he realized that there was someone who felt suspicious in front of his house, and it turned out that this person was Wang Fugu, who was waiting for Ren Xiaosu's return and had gone hunting. After his return, Xiaosu was greeted so happily by Wang Fugu. This fat man also brought up the ointment that Xiaosu had given to the carpenter before, and the medicine worked well after the carpenter put it on. While whispering, Fugu explained that there were nobles living in the shelter behind the fort who needed Xiaosu's medicine. Moreover, if Xiaosu could produce his ointment continuously, Fugu would also be ready to buy it. Xiaosu, who felt uninterested in such an offer, immediately ignored Wang Fugu. However, Fugu, who still had not given up, stopped Xiaosu and explained again that the people in the lightning shelter inside the fortress generally had no dealings with suburban refugees like them, and if Xiaosu sells his own medicine, it is certain that no one will want to buy it. So the offer made by Wang Fugu would be very difficult to refuse. And in the end, Xiaosu will also trust Wang Fugu with this offer. As a friend, Xiaosu will sell his homemade medicine for 600 yuan. Fugu immediately jumped up, because he was shocked to hear the price of the drug. To make the transaction go smoothly, Xiaosu explained that, compared to anti-inflammatory drugs that can only work after 3 days of consumption, Xiaosu's medicine only takes 1 day to heal. So the price of 600 yuan was very reasonable, according to him. Because Xiaosu's words made sense, Fugu finally bought the medicine for 600 yuan. And after smelling how fragrant the medicine was, Fugu volunteered his thanks. This earned Xiaosu 1 extra point inside Mission 3 out of his 100 thanks. Still in the vicinity of Fort 113, a factory that was in the middle of its operations suddenly experienced a problem that caused an explosion and eventually ended in flames. Ren Xiaosu, in front of his house, is still trying to attract people to come to his house. But as before, people simply don't care what he does. At the same time, from the other direction, came a factory worker who was running hurriedly with a staggering and injured condition. When the man passed in front of Xiaosu, a mission appeared that told Xiaosu to treat a patient. What is this coincidence again? Not letting the factory employee leave, Xiaosu immediately carried the man into his house by force to get immediate treatment. After laying the employee down and trying to calm him down, Xiaosu also said that the doctor in their place was just a fraud. And here, he also intended to save him. When he saw that some people passing by were also injured, Xiaosu asked if there had been a big fight. The factory worker explained that the boiler had just exploded. Although he was able to escape, several other employees were still trapped in the flames. For Xiaosu, this was not sad news, but an opportunity to get more patients. With a cheerful smile, he walked out of the house while telling Miss Xiaoyu to sterilize the needles to suture the wounds. Shortly after, Xiaosu returned with 2 prospective patients by force, as before. After getting permission from Xiaosu to burn the needles to make them germ-free, Miss Xiaoyu went ahead and stitched up the wounds without waiting for the needles to cool down first. And finally... Of course, despite having the ability to sew clothes, it was actually the first time this woman had sewn up someone's wound. After finishing the stitches, Xiaosu would apply ointment to the surface of the wound, and for this treatment, the factory worker would be charged 600 yuan. the same price as if he went to a doctor's clinic. When Zhao Su applied the black medicine, the patient did not feel any pain. And with this, the first patient was successfully taken care of, completing Zhao Su's mission. And as a reward, he also gained a slight increase in physical strength.
真的不疼了，谢谢。哎，治完伤不说声谢谢吗？
任务完成，奖励1点力量。
这。
Followed by Zhao Su, who got another mission, and this time Zhao Su had to complete treatment for 3 patients. One of the 2 factory employees who would be the next potential patient ran away because he was afraid, but Zhao Su immediately chased him. Meanwhile, for the other, Miss Xiao Yu will let him go if the man wants to leave. But because he realized the end would catch him again, the patient did not run away. And finally, the scene then switches to the factory area that is still on fire, and the flames also appear to be getting bigger. And there are also several people who are still trapped inside. At the same time, from another direction, horrifying sounds coming from the wolves began to be heard, which further added to the chaotic conditions. The scene would then shift to the doctor's clinic. After seeing 2 gossiping women, he came out of the clinic and asked them. From these women, the doctor found out that the boiler in the factory had exploded. Several people who survived the incident were also seen running around while injured. The doctor was confused, because if there were really people who were injured, why was the clinic quiet and there were no patients who stopped by? The mother also said that indeed, the injured people she had seen intended to go to this clinic. However, on the way, these people were taken by Ren Xiaosu into his house by force. The scene returned to Zhao Su's house. After successfully completing the mission of treating 3 patients, he treated his last patient. As a reward, he also gained a slight agility boost, the effect of which was also immediately evident when Zhao Su managed to catch the clay pot that Miss Xiao Yu accidentally dropped. At the same time, the fake doctor came to complain that Zhao Su had usurped his patient. To take care of the fake doctor, Zhao Su then came out while peeling potatoes using his sharp bone knife. Zhao Su, who looked like a butcher, made the doctor start to feel scared. Plus, in his house, there was also a dull man who was crying. He wanted to make a complaint, but because he was afraid of Zhao Su, the doctor instead asked if Zhao Su had eaten. Not caring about the doctor's pleasantries, Zhao Su gave a little threat as he showed how sharp the bone knife he was holding was.
你找我？你吃饭了没啊？啊？我说任小素，我就问，你爹留的家底儿也快被你败光，以后才不会死得太惨。要我说，还是回去翻翻医书。
Until finally, a man appeared who ran so frantically, and to find out what was going on, Zhao Su stopped the man. Not taking advantage of the opportunity, the doctor also took advantage of the moment to immediately escape from the location. And then, from the information of the panicked man, it was found that the fire that occurred in the factory area had attracted the attention of wolves. This also had an impact on the surrounding residents, who began to feel afraid if the wolves attacked this place. After hearing the news, Zhao Su invited his brother to immediately enter the house. He explained to his brother that the wolves had very smart brains. Although these creatures will not approach the high walls equipped with weapons in this place, but according to him, one day when the high wall collapses, the wolves will show their true terror. From another direction, civilian soldiers were also seen passing by. And this is where Zhao Su finally realized what he needed in order to avoid the terror given by the wolves. Zhao Su then left and asked Miss Xiao Yu to look after his brother for a while. That night, Zhao Su went out of the suburban area while continuing to run to a location. And the place he was going to visit this time was the factory area, which was getting closer. And that's when Zhao Su saw an explosion, followed by a scream from someone. When he arrived at the location, all he found were the remains of a burned building and the remains of a fire that was still burning. After checking the surrounding area, he also saw the bodies of the factory employees who had died with their bodies burned. But from the condition of the victims who suffered injuries, Zhao Su realized that they were first attacked by wolves. From one of the corpses that looked intact, Zhao Su found the object he was looking for, and of course, it was a weapon held by the factory head. At the same time, small footsteps began to be heard from the other direction, and it turned out to be the sound of steps coming from a wolf. But in their encounter, Zhao Su miraculously survived when the wolf simply retreated. After Zhao Su returned to his residence in one piece, Liu Yuan, who had just woken up from his stupor and tried to stand up, ended up unconscious again. This is how the elder brother knew that his younger brother had overused his power, and this is one of the biggest reasons why Zhao Su has survived all the dangers to date. And then, Zhao Su, who heard the noise from outside, immediately checked it. And it turned out that now his house was filled with people who ambushed him, and they came from inside the fort, which was known to be soldiers from inside the fort, led by a man named Wang Chongyang. The reason for the ambush this time was to investigate Zhao Su. Here, Chongyang asks if Zhao Su went out during the wolf attack incident that occurred in the factory area. As Zhao Su tried to understand the situation from another direction, the fake doctor, who was full of confidence, pointed at Zhao Su, while stating that he saw Zhao Su leaving this city at the time of the incident. Zhao Su then casually admitted that he had just left the city because the only toilet in this place that was dry was being filled by a resident named He Zhong. That's why he had to leave the city so he could relieve himself in the bushes. To make sure, a soldier asked who He Zhong was, and a group of residents met the man in question, and the man named He Zhong admitted that he was having diarrhea, so he didn't come out of the toilet.
So.
Before the soldiers continued their investigation, Wang Fugu arrived, and as an opening chat, this fat man asked what the civilian soldiers were doing like they were doing in Ren Xiaosu's residence, and Chongyang explained. At the time of the attack by the wolves, there was a shooting action carried out by workers holding guns in the factory area. And when Chongyang checked the area beforehand, he found that the factory manager from the shelter had died, and his gun could not be found anywhere, and in this case the most likely culprit was the person who left the city during the incident, and he was Ren Xiaosu. After becoming a suspect, Zhao Su had already prepared his weapon to fight immediately. But before that happened, it was Wang Fugu who gave Zhao Su a defense. While lowering Chongyang's weapon, this fat man said, "How could a suburban person like them dare to take things belonging to people from the shelter?" The reasons given by Fugu could not stop Chongyang, because for this man to find out who the culprit was, they had to conduct further investigations. Before Zhao Su was searched, Fugu again defended Zhao Su. He said that Zhao Su was a special person, because Fugu was asked by an influential man named Boss Luo to look after him. It was also said that if Chongyang dared to hurt Zhao Su, there would be a clash between Boss Luo and the civilian army like them. But again and again, Chongyang didn't really care, and he still wouldn't stop his goal, which this time would be to conduct an investigation. While the man ordered his men to immediately search Zhao Su and his entire house. But in fact, after rummaging through the hut, the soldiers couldn't find the weapon they were looking for. And as a final investigation, Chongyang asked Zhao Su to take him to the place where he defecated. In the area outside the city in a bush, Zhao Su then showed his poop, which at that time he said was still fresh. "If you don't believe it, just try it," he said. And with this, Zhao Su has been cleared of the charges. But henceforth, Chongyang will continue to investigate all the houses in the suburbs. And the first one to be searched is the fake doctor's house.
看来是。
While walking home, Wang Fugu told Zhao Su that what he had previously said regarding Boss Luo was true. It was said that this Boss Luo was the one who asked for the ointment before. He is a representative who has great influence in an institution called the Qingxi Group inside Fort 113. And as long as Zhao Su sends his medicine regularly every month to Boss Luo, then in the future, Boss Luo promised to provide a place to stay for him in the shelter behind the fort. If that was indeed the case, Zhao Su here asked to be met directly by Boss Luo so that he could live in the lightning shelter as soon as possible. But unfortunately, according to Wang Fugu, that would not be possible in the near future. Besides, if Zhao Su stayed inside the fort, then there would no longer be anyone who could fetch herbs in the wild for Boss Luo.
集团某位大人物同父异母的亲兄弟。
收手，把我们都弄到壁垒里面去。
哎呀，对了，谁给罗老板去野外弄草药啊？啊？
The next day, at Academy 113, Zhao Su had just finished teaching, and he was still complaining because the students were not sincere when they greeted him as a teacher. And then he went home with his brother. On the way, Zhao Su again met Wang Fugu, who this time arrived with a middle-aged man. Fugu introduced that the man he brought was Chen Haidong, the manager in charge of managing the market in the refugee city, who also came from inside Fort 113, and he was called Boss Chen. Boss Chen here has heard that Zhao Su has the talent to heal and save others because he is in need of a doctor who will be employed in the emergency room. Zhao Su was also given a job offer on that one. On the other hand, coincidentally, there is also a clinic next to the Fugu grocery store that Zhao Su can occupy. And of course, it was a clinic owned by the fake doctor who had run away somewhere. Zhao Su can also occupy the building tomorrow. Before leaving, Boss Chen will also provide assistance to Zhao Su if he needs it in the future. He did this because the doctor's figure was very valuable to the city, and they were very rare to meet. After Boss Chen left, Fugu congratulated Zhao Su. In addition, he also explained the reason for the fake doctor's departure. It was because he was afraid after offending Zhao Su and Wang Chongyang earlier. Zhao Su was really considered very lucky this time.
刚好做个顺水人情儿。小苏，
And of course, it was this place that would become Zhao Su's new home. Although it was very simple, for people like those living on the outskirts of the fortress, it was a very good building. After getting a better place to live than before, Wang Fugu, the fat man, then took Ren Xiaosu to look around the clinic area. According to Wang Fugu, the clinic is a pretty neat place, and Ren Xiaosu is also lucky enough to be able to occupy it. Wang Fugu himself said that he had to work hard first to be able to get the grocery store that he lives in now. Meanwhile, Ren Xiaosu got to this place in a fairly instant way. Going to the back area, Fugu also showed several boxes containing anti-inflammatory drugs and the like, which were medicines given by Boss Luo sent from the shelter behind the fort. This was done by Boss Luo to support the needs of Zhao Su, who would become a doctor in the future in this shanty town of refugees. Fugu then installed a banner that read Luo Lan on the wall. This flag will be very useful because it shows that Zhao Su is a person who is under the auspices of Boss Luo, so no one will dare to mess around after seeing the flag. After putting up the flag, Fugu then returned to ask for Zhao Su's potent ointment. He wanted to buy it again because there were some people from the fortress shelter who wanted the medicine. Taking out 2 small-sized medicines, Zhao Su this time tried to sell the medicine for 1,200 yuan to Fugu. Although Zhao Su is now under the protection of Boss Luo, who supports him, and the medicine is money Fugu will give to him, Zhao Su will not want to give it for free. If Fugu doesn't want to pay, Zhao Su will put the medicine back in his pocket. 1,200 yuan is quite expensive, but because he needed it, Fugu bought it. Wang Fugu also said thank you after making the transaction, making Zhao Su successfully increase his thank you side quest points.
谢谢啊。
小苏，
Not long after, a couple appeared who would be the first patients after Zhao Su worked at his clinic. In his case, the husband said that the 2 of them came not because they were injured, but because he brought his wife, who was 4 months pregnant, to the clinic, because he had felt a little pain in her pregnant stomach. That's why they asked Xiao Su for advice regarding what had happened. Since Xiao Su basically did not have enough knowledge of medical matters, let alone problems related to the womb, Xiao Su's little talk made the patient's husband feel irritated. But in the end, Xiao Su apologized because he had just said nonsense. In addition, he also explained that he didn't really know about gynecological problems because he could only treat everything related to external lacerations. But as a solution, Xiao Su advised the patient to go to school and asked Mr. Zhang to borrow some books related to gynecological issues from him. Here, Xiao Su was unwilling to make a false diagnosis as well as give drugs that should not be taken just to make money, just like what the scam doctor had done earlier. After showing his sincerity and not wanting to take advantage of them, the patient's husband felt that Xiao Su was still more reliable than the previous doctor. As he left to meet Mr. Zhang, the patient thanked him, instantly increasing the amount of coins from Xiao Su's side mission. Xiao Su's days of working as a doctor continued. Although most of the patients he sees do not have external injuries, Xiao Su provides solutions for them without asking for anything in return. Despite not getting paid for what Xiao Su does, he still benefits, because of this, he can collect many sincere thanks from patients who get solutions to their problems. After seeing his brother's work over the past few days, Liu Yuan asked why his brother didn't give medicines to the patients. Because if he gave them any medicine, Xiao Su should be able to earn some money. Previous doctors often did such things to get paid. To his younger brother's question, Xiao Su explained that he would not do what the fake doctor had done before. Because what you plant is what you will reap, guys. Just like the con doctor, who now has to experience problems, but no one wants to help him. In response, Liu Yuan also said that although his brother helped the residents, there is a possibility that in the future, the residents will still not provide assistance to Xiao Su. So in that case, why should he keep doing nice things for them? To solve his brother's worries, Xiao Su gave Liu Yuan a few words of wisdom to remember. Xiao Su said, "Don't let the sorrows of this age become your sorrows." After hearing these words, Liu Yuan seemed to immediately know what his brother meant. It also relieved his young brother of his worries. Just as Miss Xiao Yu was preparing the boiled potatoes from outside the clinic, the mercenaries who were previously assigned to escort the singer Luo Xinyu to Fort 112 had returned ahead of schedule. And of course, before they could reach their destination, everyone had to be forced to return home, as many of them had sustained injuries after going into the wilderness. Of the injured mercenaries, there was also the lady in the hat named Zhao Jin, who didn't seem to have a single scratch on her body. When the car carrying Lady Luo Xinyu stopped right at Wang Fugu's grocery store, Lady Luo Xinyu ordered a soldier to drive away the people who were watching them. To this woman, the people looked like monkeys gathering. In addition, Luo Xinyu also asked the mercenary to meet Wang Fugu. After Wang Fugu opened the car door and went out, the lady, Luo Xinyu, then complained to the fat man, because the guide who guided the road previously recommended by Wang Fugu had instead made them all stray when they entered the wilderness through Jingshan Mountain. 3 days had been wasted by the guide just to go around in one place. And the guide even lost his life when he said he wanted to wash his face around the river area, but he never returned, and eventually the soldiers caught up with him. And after being found, the guide was dead, with his face destroyed and no longer shaped like before. Because the guide was dead, they finally returned home. And on the way back, they also had to meet ferocious monkeys that had mutated. So many soldiers suffered injuries like what is now visible. From this, Wang Fugu concluded that the lady wanted to return to ask for his help to find a new guide. But unfortunately, Wang Fugu no longer had any acquaintances that he could recommend as a guide. He also didn't have much time to look for a new one because he was busy doing the work given by Boss Luo. Even though Fugu had previously recommended someone who was right to be used as a guide, but these soldiers rejected him, and of course, it was Ren Xiaosu. To the soldiers, Xiaosu is just a mentally ill boy who fantasizes about becoming a doctor. But Wang Fugu explained that the person the soldiers thought was crazy was now actually a doctor. Luo Xinyu and the soldiers really didn't expect that the boy, whom they had previously seen as very strange, was really a doctor. To prove that Fugu's words were true, the fat man then went to one of the residents' houses.
不过他真的是医生，不信我给你问问，医疗条件比较差。你说说。
Wang Fugu here asked the resident how the medical skills and ethics of Dr. Ren Xiaosu had been over the past few days. With great enthusiasm, the man said that there was not a single person in this slum who did not praise Xiaosu's work as a doctor. Wang Fugu himself once said that only Xiaosu could bring Miss Luo Xinyu and the soldiers over Jingshan Mountain. Although Fugu is still not 100% sure about it. According to him, if Xiaosu can't cross Jingshan Mountain, then it means that there is no one in this city who can take the lady through the place. And in the end, the lady told Wang Fugu to make Xiaosu their guide, and they would start traveling again for the next few days. So Xiaosu was also asked to immediately get ready before his departure. Before the arrogant lady left, Fugu said that he could not comply with her request, because Ren Xiaosu has now become Boss Luo's subordinate. So if Miss Luo Xinyu wants to make Xiaosu a guide, then she must ask permission from Boss Luo directly. After hearing that from Wang Fugu, Miss Luo Xinyu then left the location.
我们走。
After coming face to face with the lady singer, Wang Fugu then went back to see Ren Xiaosu. In fact, what Wang Fugu had just done was just an excuse, because Xiaosu himself refused to be their guide. Even though, according to Wang Fugu, it is a very good opportunity, because if Xiaosu accepts the arrangement, there will be a possibility that Xiaosu can get a place to live in the fort. This kind of thing is a big dream that people who live in slums like them have. Xiaosu then asked Fugu why he wasn't the guide, because then he can live in the fortress shelter. Fugu replied that he couldn't stay in the fort because he also had a child who lived in this place. So Fugu can't just leave him. Given the matter of relationships, Xiaosu also has Liu Yuan and Miss Xiao Yu. So that's why if Fugu recommended Xiaosu to those people again, then Xiaosu promised that he would let Liu Yuan and Miss Xiao Yu eat Fugu's food and drink Fugu's drinks. That's a terrible threat in these troubled times, guys. Fugu again said that if he were 20 years younger, he would become a guide for his own good. The argument that occurred between the two of them ended with Fugu thanking Xiaosu, even though the two were arguing.
我谢谢你八辈祖宗，
我谢谢你全家呀！
In light of the matter, Fugu went on to explain a piece of news delivered by Chen Haidong regarding the situation in the city over the past few days. It was said that there were some monsters seen wandering around the fort lately. However, Chen Haidong did not explain this further, as if there was something that the man was hiding. Before leaving, Fugu also gave Xiaosu some advice, saying that he should not offend people too much at this time of the year, as it would not be a good thing.
有消息再来告诉你。
Liu Yuan then asked his brother, and Wang Fugu seems to be very enthusiastic about them. But what Liu Yuan wondered was why offending the bad guys like Xiaosu did before was also considered not a good thing by Fugu. Xiaosu replied that the definition of good is subjective. What we think is good is not necessarily good in the eyes of others. But for us, what is good is definitely good. In this world, there is nothing wrong with being a selfish human being. Xiaosu also just wants to be the right person, but he doesn't want to be a bad person, as does the younger brother. And the conversation between the two is still continuing. Until finally another patient came in hastily and asked Xiaosu to keep his illness a secret. This man, Zhang Baogan, lived not far from the clinic, and he was the son of a foreman who worked at the factory. Baogan's own father had come to the clinic, and he said that Xiaosu was the most reliable doctor his father had ever met. That's why Baogan came to this place. His father told him to. In the problem he is experiencing, Baogan himself does not know the name of the disease he is suffering from. And for more details, he will show the disease to Xiaosu.
医生，我身上
所以到底是谁？啊？
我给你演示一下，你别太惊讶。
The explosion created by Baogen's saliva waves colliding with each other created an explosion wave that caused the whole room to fall apart. From this, Zhaosu concluded that what was happening to Baogen was not something normal. Before continuing the conversation, Zhaosu also immediately closed the gap tightly so that what Baogen was experiencing would not be known by others. Zhaosu then said that Baogen was not sick, so he could not cure him. This made Baogen feel confused because his own parents said that he was mentally ill. More precisely, the father said that his son was mentally ill, like what Ren Xiaosu experienced. To clear up the misunderstanding that occurred here, Xiaosu then explained that Baogen was not sick. Rather, this Baogen had some kind of superpower. Xiaosu is sure of that, although Xiaosu does not know about what super ability Baogen has that looks like having super spit. But he was sure of it. Therefore, Baogen did not need any treatment because he was not sick. After finding out that he had a superpower, Baogen, who felt very happy, immediately went to tell his father. Baogen also thanked Xiaosu twice for telling him this. Because Baogen immediately left very happy, Xiaosu did not have time to warn the man that Baogen should not reveal his strength to the outside world. After the clinic was closed, at night we would see 3 uniformed and armed men infiltrating Ren Xiaosu's residence. Xiaosu, who was relaxing at the time, realized the presence of these 3 men and immediately took action to ambush them before they managed to enter his residence. After attacking the vital organs of the first man who entered, Xiaosu also immediately attacked the vital organs of the remaining 2 men, who did not know that Xiaosu was behind their backs, using the same method, making these 3 people no longer feel the seeds. Along with that, from the direction of the entrance, Wang Chongyang and other soldiers banged on the door and told Xiaosu to come out quickly. Before meeting them, Xiaosu asked Miss Li Xiaoyu and his brother to stay inside the house, while Xiaosu himself would go out to meet them. So that these soldiers would not dare mess around in his residence, Xiaosu wore a banner flag covering part of his body, making his confidence even higher than before. But it seemed that Wang Chongyang didn't care what Xiaosu did.
So.
And that's the ending of part 2 of the First Order. Thank you to those of you who have watched until the end, and bye.